Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're gonna talk about Shanquella Robinson, the 25-year-old North Carolina woman who traveled to Cabo, San Lucas, Mexico with a group of 6 friends for a vacation late October of 2022, and she died unexpectedly on October 2029. Ever since Shanquella Robinson's death, thousands of people have protested. Some people have used their social media platform to demand justice for this beautiful young lady. Now, it is said that Shanquella Robinson suffered a spinal injury as per the death certificate, but what we have realized is that the circumstances surrounding Shanquella's death, it has changed consistently. Mexico had one cause of death when her body was flown to the United States and an autopsy was done. It was revealed that she died 15 minutes after suffering a severe spinal cord injury and a broken neck. Not only that, there was a video that went viral on social media that showed Shanquella naked in a room being beat up by a friend and another friend saying, "Shanquella, fight back." And she was like, no. You could tell that this girl was neither violent nor aggressive. She's this type of girl that was fun, energetic, vivacious, outgoing. She was just about living the life on its best, most beautiful terms, which is something that we're discovering today offends a lot of people. How dare you be so happy? How dare you be so organized? How dare you be so beautiful? How dare you be so always put together? How dare you act as though you can't mash ants? Why don't you want to fight back, Shanquella? That's the energy that the friends were given. But the fact of the matter is, not everyone is about violence. Shanquella Robinson has a very beautiful, kind heart. And we believe, the court of public opinion believe that the friends or the people that she thought were her friends, they took disadvantage of all the beautiful qualities that she has. And the police department hasn't been able to arrest anyone so far. Again, paperwork is said to have been drafted for one person to be extradited back to Mexico since the crime took place in Mexico. But that said person is yet to be extradited, and it is now 1 year. And just imagine someone so young, so beautiful, vivacious, energetic, with their entire life ahead of them. The family cannot get closure because we know that when someone close to us die, you don't get closure. You just learn to adjust as the day passes. But the mere fact that there is a killer or killers roaming free out there, it is causing horrific nightmares on this family. And since the legal justice system, who vowed to protect and serve, they're not protecting, they didn't protect, they're not serving because they still haven't held anyone accountable. Her family is now moving forward with the next best option they have, and that is her family is now suing 6 people. They are believe is entering the investigation into her death, and that's the people she traveled to Cabo with. Now, it says the lawsuit will be against the 6 travel mates, including the 3 who lied by omission by failing to disclose that someone had been beating Shanquella prior to her death. Because upon her death, her friend took her stuff back to her mom's house. They returned to the United States and they told her mom that Shanquella died from alcohol poisoning. But that story was not adding up. And upon her body being flown back to the United States, that's when everything started being open, like what really happened. The video then started circulating. Then, the Cabo Six started talking, some of them. But what many people realize is that what they were saying was not adding up. It was not making any sense. And when everyone look at this young, beautiful, gorgeous woman who we heard nothing but good about, people saw their daughter, people saw their nieces, their aunts, a close friend, and it was just not sitting well with us. And today we continue by supporting Shanquella's family in the fight for justice. And as such, you guys know that I've been rolling on this campaign because every time I look at this girl, I get emotional. I cry, I break down, and I look at her, I see my daughter, I see my nieces, I see the people that I go to school with, I see the people that I work with, I see a beautiful lady who was robbed short of her innocent, beautiful life while the predators are roaming out there freely, and someone needs to be held accountable for this young lady's death. Now, again, it says the lawsuit will be against the 6 travel mates, including the 3 who lied by omission by failing to disclose that someone had been beating Shanquella prior to her death. In November of 2022, following her death, the Baja California Sur Attorney General's office opened an investigation announcing it as a femicide. Femicide whenever a man commits a crime against a woman, because it is said that one of the parties were actually transgender and as such, and that was the person who was fighting her allegedly, and as such, the Mexican authorities had ruled it out to be a femicide. Now, they're saying the way the Mexican authority describes the murder of a woman back in the States, right? So after they said femicide, they're saying that's how the Mexican authorities describe the murder of a woman, right? So that's a little bit of a correction there. Now, back in the States, the FBI then followed the same steps. And in April of 2023, Robinson's family learned from the Department of Justice that the case would not see federal prosecution. Robinson's family is still fighting for justice and is pushing for the State Department to honor the documents that have been sent from Mexican authorities. But the family doesn't know what is preventing the U.S. authorities from, taking the necessary step to extradite the individual. And as such, the family is moving forward with a lawsuit. But this is my personal take at this point. Now, judging from history, because there's one thing about some things that, you witness and experience yourself as an individual. I can tell you that from observation, what I've observed about American authorities is that whenever someone dies and friends are involved and they cannot crack the case, what they normally do is to allow it to cook. They know that at some point in time, once these people are friends, someone is going to succumb to the pressure of guilt, and someone is going to be talking, someone is going to crack. They believe that, and I honestly believe that, the U.S. prosecutors are waiting, the U.S. authorities are waiting for someone to crack. I believe that they haven't taken action because they know that there's just more than one person that is involved, because if someone did something to her, it means that the others, were conspirators to cover up her death, which means that they don't want to nab one person. Mexico is asking for one person. I believe the U.S. authorities know for a fact there's at least 3 people involved, and the others were just coerced into keeping it hush. And I believe that they're just allowing time for this to cook so that they can have more than one person extradited and the case closed. That's what I believe. And I also believe that someone is going to break under pressure. I know it has been 1 year. I know the family hasn't gotten the justice that they're seeking, but I do believe that justice will prevail, and it must prevail in this case. And that's all I have to share in this video with you guys. Promise you all, once there's any further updates available, I'll come back and provide you guys with an update. So let me know, what are your thoughts about her family suing the Cabo Six? Would you have done the same? Do you think that the police doesn't care? Or are you sharing the same stance that I am, that they know that there's more than one person that is guilty and they're just waiting for it to basically fall into place? Because based on their experience, cases like this, someone normally breaks and that person normally steps forward and basically, expose everything that actually happens. I want to hear from you guys. So let's get the discussion popping. Show your girls some love and see you all later. Bye, guys.